If angels aren't all the same, then what are they? Most people grow up believing there are simply angels. Perhaps a guardian angel, maybe an archangel, but that's about it. Yet when we go back through early Christian writings, Jewish traditions, and some of the oldest theological texts, a very different picture begins to emerge. Not one type of angel, but 9 distinct orders, 9 different functions, 9 different levels of responsibility, and perhaps 9 very different kinds of beings. Some of these are described as almost recognizable. Others sound so extraordinary that if those descriptions were written today, many people might assume they were reading science fiction. But here's the question. Were ancient people simply creating elaborate symbolism? Or were they trying to describe different forms of intelligence that existed beyond ordinary human understanding? Welcome back. I'm Laura. And in the last video, we explored the possibility that angels were never human. Today, we're taking things one step further by exploring the 9 orders of angels and asking a much bigger question. Could these hierarchies describe different forms of consciousness, each with completely different purposes? Why were there 9 orders? One thing that's often overlooked is that hierarchy doesn't necessarily mean importance. Think about the human body, the brain, the heart, the lungs, the immune system. Each performs a completely different role. None is more important than another. They're simply designed for different functions. Perhaps the ancient hierarchy was describing something similar. Not ranks, but responsibility, a living system, a cosmic ecosystem. If that's true, then the 9 orders begin to make much more sense. The first hierarchy, closest to creation itself. The first hierarchy consists of the Seraphim, the Cherubim, the thrones. These beings rarely interact directly with humanity. Instead, their role is described as maintaining creation itself, not governing people, but sustaining reality. Already this sounds very different from the popular image of angels watching over individuals. The Seraphim, this word literally means the burning ones. They're described as beings of living fire, not ordinary fire, but radiant, living, transformative energy. They possess 6 wings, 2 covering their faces, 2 covering their feet, and 2 used for flight. Whether those wings are literal or symbolic, the description suggests beings existing within an intensity that human language struggles to explain. Fire has always represented transformation, energy, purification. Could the Seraphim represent consciousness so close to creation itself that ancient writers could only describe them as living flame? The cherub may be the most misunderstood of all. Today we imagine tiny winged babies, but that's almost entirely the result of Renaissance art. The earliest descriptions couldn't be more different. Some possess 4 faces: human, lion, ox, and eagle. Others are coloured in eyes, again, not necessarily physical eyes, perhaps symbols of awareness, perception, complete consciousness. They are constantly associated with protecting sacred knowledge, guarding thresholds, standing at the entrance of Eden, protecting divine mysteries, Perhaps their role wasn't simply guarding places, perhaps they were guarding the understanding itself. Then comes perhaps the strangest description in all scripture, the thrones. They're described almost as enormous wheels, interlocking circles covered in countless eyes, effortlessly moving in every direction without turning. It's such an unusual description that many people don't even realize it's part of the biblical tradition. Ancient writers may have struggled to describe movement, geometry, light, energy, using the language available to them, whether symbolic or literal. The thrones appear to represent cosmic order itself, the underlying structure that allows reality to function. The second hierarchy holds the architects of reality, and it consists of dominions, virtues, powers. Unlike the first hierarchy, these beings appear less concerned with creation itself and more concerned with how creation operates. If the first hierarchy establishes reality, the second keeps it functioning. The dominions are often associated with governance, not political governance, system governance, balance, harmony, organization. If we used modern language, they almost resemble cosmic architects, ensuring that different aspects of reality continue working together. Not rulers, coordinators. Ancient texts rarely describe what they look like. Instead, they focus entirely on what they do. Perhaps that tells us something important. Function mattered more than appearance. The virtues are often associated with movement, growth, healing, life force, and what older traditions simply called miracles. Today we often think of miracles as suspending natural laws, but what if miracles were simply expressions of natural laws we don't yet understand? Throughout history, people have reported extraordinary healing, profound inspiration, unexpected breakthroughs, moments where life seems to reorganize itself. Ancient tradition attributes these kinds of transformations to the virtues, not because they break reality, but because they help higher possibilities emerge within it. The powers. Despite the name, the powers aren't described as dominating others. Instead, they maintain boundaries. They protect balance. They prevent disorder. Many traditions describe them as guardians standing between harmony and chaos. Interestingly, almost every civilization tells stories of guardian beings protecting sacred places, mountains, temples, gateways, thresholds. Different names, remarkably similar functions. Code cultures around the world have been describing the same underlying roles through different languages. The third hierarchy, the ones humanity encounters the most. Finally, we reach the hierarchy most familiar to human experience, the principalities, the archangels and the angels. These are the beings traditionally associated with direct interaction. Principalities are said to guide nations, communities, civilizations, not individuals but collective development. It's a fascinating concept. If consciousness exists collectively, perhaps guidance does too. Archangels are perhaps the best known. Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, the list goes on. Each carries a different function. Protection, communication, healing, wisdom. Notice something? Again. Their defined by purpose, not appearance. Perhaps the role mattered far more than what they look like. Angels. Finally, the angels themselves. The word simply means messenger. These are the beings most commonly associated with personal encounters, dreams, visions, moments of crisis, guidance, comfort, direction. They're the interface between humanity and the wider hierarchy. Perhaps that's why they're described more often in familiar forms. Communication becomes much easier when the messenger feels approachable. A different way of looking at the hierarchy is... Here's the thought I'd like to leave you with. What if these 9 orders aren't simply religious ideas? What if they're describing different levels of intelligence, different functions, within a much larger, multi-dimensional reality? Think about modern organizations. Scientists, engineers, teachers, doctors, researchers, leaders, communicators. Each contributes something different. Could ancient writers have been describing something similar, only on a cosmic scale? Not one type of angel, but an entire ecosystem of consciousness. Some maintaining creation itself, some organizing universal systems, some interacting directly with humanity. It's certainly an idea worth considering. So why does this matter today? Conversations surrounding consciousness, non-human intelligence, and the nature of reality are becoming increasingly mainstream. Scientists are asking bigger questions. Governments are openly discussing unidentified, anonymous phenomena. Researchers are exploring whether consciousness may be fundamental to reality itself, and against that backdrop, ancient descriptions suddenly feel less distant. Perhaps the 9 orders weren't intended as fantasy. Perhaps they were humanity's earliest attempt to categorize encounters with forms of intelligence that felt profoundly different from ourselves. Not necessarily supernatural, simply beyond our current understanding. So perhaps the real question isn't, how many kinds of angels are there? Perhaps it is, why did ancient cultures consistently describe different kinds of intelligent beings with different functions? Whether you view them as symbolic, spiritual, interdimensional, or something we simply don't understand yet, the 9 orders offer one of history's most fascinating frameworks for exploring consciousness beyond humanity. And in our next video, we're going to take it one step further. Because what if the Orishas of Africa, the gods of ancient Egypt, Greece, Mesopotamia, Norse mythology, and even Hindu tradition weren't describing completely different beings at all? What if many of them fulfilled roles remarkably similar to these 9 orders? Could different civilizations have been describing the same hierarchy using different names? And that's exactly what we're going to explore next. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.